Okay, so let's break these licks down one by one. It starts with a small bend on the G string, pull off from 14 to 12, 14 on the D string, back to 12 on the G string, and then finishing on 14 on the D string. Okay. Next we've got some double stops on the 12th fret. We're going to slide in, and these are felt in triplets. So 1, 2, 3, da da da. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sliding in. I slide from 10 to 12, but you can do it from 11 to 12. You can experiment. You can slide from far, slide from close. It all has a different effect. I go for around about the 10th fret. I'm sliding into 12, and then 15. 12. Now there's a little, if you look at the tab, there's a little rest in between those two notes. And then I'm going on to the G string, and I'm going to do a pull off from 14 to 12. And then I play the 12 again, but this time with a slight bend. And then over onto the D string, pull off from 14 to 12, and then back to 14. So that whole riff slowly sounds like this. Lick number 2 starts on beat 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then so basically it's 12 on the B string, 12 on the E, and then back to 12 on the B. Again, triplets, and then it leads us to 15 on the E string. And that 15 lands on the first beat of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now the next little bit, so what I'm doing is I play the 15, 12, jump down to 12, sorry, 15 on the B string, 12 on the E, down to 12 on the B, back to 15 on the E, and back to 12 on the E. Okay, there's a few different ways. I mean, I jump my finger down from the 12 to 12 because it's not that fast at the moment, but you can actually do a finger roll where you're just... Okay. And it was just a nice collection of notes. I thought it got out of... it's playing the E minor pentatonic in slightly different order than you're used to. So, the next bit of that lick, then we have 12... Pull off from 15 to 12 on the high E, pull off from 15 to 12 on the B string. And then I'm jumping down to the D string, 14th fret, 12 on the G, 15th on the B, and then I'm doing a bend on 14 with my middle finger on the G string. And then finally I finish off the lick by doing a pull off from 14 to 12, and then back to 14. So similar to what we did in the last lick. So slowly it should sound like this. 1, 2, 3. Lick number 3 also starts on the 4th beat, but this time, instead of it being a whole group of triplets, I'm just playing the a whole triplet. I'm playing the last 2 notes of the triplet. So it's da 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 da. Okay. So I'm going to pull off from 15 to 12, and then we have 14 on the G string, back to 12 on the B string, pull off again from 15 to 12. And then I have 12 on the E, 12 on the B, 15 on the E, back to 12 on the B, and then back to 12 on the E. And I'm not worrying about these notes bleeding together. It sounds really cool, it's a nice effect. And then we're going to finish off with, basically, it's just a run down the scale. The blues scale, that is. So we have 12 on the B string, 15, 14 on the G string, a slight rest, and then we're going to go 12, on the G, 14 on the D, 12 on the D, and then we're down onto the A string. We're going to go 14, 13, 12, and then down on the bottom E string, 15, 12, and then we're going to finish on the E, 14th fret on the D string, which is the note E, which is an octave from where we've just been. That last little phrase, instead of just playing scales, you know, just putting a little break in the note can have a really good effect. So that last lick goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 3 licks using shape 1 of the E minor pentatonic.